HEDERA past worth assessment. According to the latest data collected, the continuous expense of HEDERA for the most part in every way that really matters is 0.065, and BAR generally is at pretty by and large present, situated in the for the most part sort of entire crypto climate in an unobtrusive manner. In a significant way, the core supply of HEDERA especially truly is 21,084,776,584 with a market cap of 1,365,767,340 in an unobtrusive manner, which by and large is very critical. In the past 24 hours, the crypto most certainly by and large has been reduced by 178 in its continuous sort of worth in a by and large significant way, which is very huge, expecting we in a real sense basically take a gander at the continuous business area cap of the bar with yesterday's. You can in a real sense generally see that the market cap especially for the most part is moreover down, or so they by and large thought exceptionally, as opposed to prevalent thinking from latest 7 days. The bar sort of generally was in certainly especially extraordinary sort of kind of vertical example and extended by 386 in opposition to mainstream thinking. HEDERA explicitly generally has shown solid areas for particularly as of late, and this could be good, a reasonably genuinely open way to make a plunge and explicitly contribute, or so they fundamentally thought. Inside the latest 1 month, the expense of BAR reduced by 73,044. Clearing out a mind-boggling in every way that really matters most certainly typical measure of 0.18 from its continuous worth in an unpretentious manner, or so they explicitly thought. This surprising down suggests that the coin certainly especially is in plunge at the kind of by and large present time, suggesting that it will in general truly be a respectable buy, a sort of entryway for quick endeavor which truly generally is very critical, or so they especially thought. The 90 days cost change generally is close 78.26 and the expense circumnavigated from a base ordinary expense of 0.28 to most noteworthy pretty kind of typical expense of 0.31 in the past 90 days in a fundamentally huge manner. HEDERA certainly is someplace close 74.33, with the best normal expense of the coin was around 0.37 and the base run-of-the-mill worth of especially was around 0.34 in past 4 months in a sort of especially enormous manner. HEDERA bar worth assumption for 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025 and 2030 at prediction. We basically by and large predict future HEDERA cost assumptions per measure by applying significant man-made thinking fundamentally helped kind of specific examination on the decently past worth data of HEDERA, which for the most part is genuinely critical. Essentially, in spite of mainstream thinking, we generally especially do our absolute best to truly accumulate most decently exceptionally outrageous legitimate data for the bar coin, which certainly for the most part integrate various limits like fundamentally past worth HEDERA market cap HEDERA volume, and scarcely any more, which sort of in every practical sense is genuinely critical, in case you ridiculously are expecting to explicitly especially place assets into sort of mechanized computerized monetary forms and need quite extraordinary benefit from actually most certainly your endeavors. Basically especially make a highlight truly sort of examine our conjectures pretty essentially, as opposed to mainstream thinking HEDERA worth assumption 2022, according to our significant in every practical sense specific assessment on actually quite past worth data of bar in 2022, the expense of HEDERA especially sort of is expected to for the most part basically reach essentially level of 0.13 fundamentally lovely in opposition to mainstream thinking. Amazingly, the bar cost can explicitly show up at a most sort of outrageous level of 0.15. With the common trading cost of 0.13 or so they in every way that really matters, thought HEDERA worth estimate 2023, the expense of HEDERA actually especially is expected to generally for the most part reach at the extremely practically minimal level of 0.18 in 2023. In a kind of enormous manner, the HEDERA cost can generally show up at a biggest level of 0.22, with the run-of-the-mill cost of 0.19. all through 2023 or so they in a real sense in every practical sense, thought in a genuinely enormous way. Bar worth measure for 2024 to 2025 as per the check cost and actually by and large specific assessment in 2024, the expense of HEDERA by and large generally is expected to in a real sense arrive at in any event of 0.26, which especially in every practical sense is genuinely critical in an unobtrusive way. The bar cost can sort of truly show up at a biggest level of 0.31, with a regular trading cost of 0.27 really. As opposed to mainstream thinking, the expense of one HEDERA fundamentally certainly should basically in a real sense reach at the essentially the especially minimal level of 0.38 in 2025, which generally sort of is very critical. The bar cost can really show up at a biggest level of 0.45, with the common expense of 0.40 all through 2025 pretty lovely. In spite of mainstream thinking in a significant way HEDERA worth assumption, 2026 HEDERA cost explicitly for the most part is guessed to by and large show up at a very the most unpossible level of 0.57 in 2026 or so they in a real sense thought, or so they truly thought, as indicated by our revelations. The bar cost could in every practical sense really show up at a biggest possible level of 0.67, with a common check cost of 0.59. Which certainly is genuinely huge HEDERA worth assumption 2027, according to our significant especially concentrated assessment on especially past worth data of BAR in 2027. The expense of HEDERA fundamentally essentially is gauged to sort of be at around a base especially genuinely worth of 0.83 or so, they fundamentally thought which really is genuinely critical. The HEDERA esteem really worth can vary all plans and purposes, show up at a restriction of 0.99. With the ordinary trading commonly worth of 0.86 and UST, genuinely in opposition to prevalent thinking in a significant way. HEDERA bar worth assumption 2028, the expense of HEDERA sort of is expected to in a real sense, really reach at practically the least, most certainly by and large worth of 118 in 2028. In a significant manner in a sort of huge manner, the HEDERA cost could essentially fundamentally show up at a generally for the most part outrageous by and large worth of 145, with a regular trading cost of 123 all through 2028 in a truly significant manner in an unpretentious way HEDERA worth assumption check 2029 as per the measure and sort of certainly concentrated assessment in 2029, the expense of HEDERA fundamentally for the most part should by and large reach at the extremely much the especially the least worth of 175 in a kind